Hello, hello, hello. How you all doing tonight? It is Wednesday, okay, February the 5th, 2025. It is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Here in California, the weather is cold, okay, rainy, it's wet outside. It is cold. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the replay game. Welcome to the Informed Voice podcast. Let me say that again. Welcome to the Informed Voice podcast, where tonight we're going to be talking about building strong relationship with parents. I'm going to jump right on in it tonight. I got other things to do, y'all. So if you catch me, you catch me. If you don't, try to catch the replay. And leave me your comments down below. All right, y'all. So again, hello everyone. Welcome to the Informed Voice Podcast. I am Takesha, and today we're going to explore a topic that makes all the difference in creating a positive learning environment. What do you mean? Building strong relationship with the parents that you are working with, okay, or that you come in everyday direct contact, whether you're an educator, a caregiver, or a content creator working with kids, okay? Because a solid relationship with parents is key to supporting children's growth, right? And sometimes I know it can be tricky, but don't worry, because we gonna break it. Well, I'm gonna break it down for y'all, okay? And I want to hear what y'all gotta say. So leave me some comments down below. Okay, so before I dive into it, I want to ask you guys a question. How do you feel about communicating with parents? Is it easy for you, or is it something that you struggle with? Drop a comment down below. Okay, so segment number 1, why building relationship with parents is important. First, we gotta what? Set the stage. We have to build a strong foundation, right? Okay, so let me start with the big picture. So building a strong relationship with parents is so important. First and foremost, when parents and educators or our caregiver work together, it creates a what? United front that benefits the child. And it's like having a support team, which is crucial for consistency in a child's development. Okay, so we want to what? Um, you want to engage, right? You want to have a good communication thing going on with the parents, right? So have you ever seen a child thrive just because their parent and teacher were on the same page? It's magical, right? It's crazy to see a child's confidence grow when they know their home and school life are connected. And for example, that's why I asked my parents now, well, when I was working with preschoolers, I asked my parents, what are you doing to help such and such at home? What are your strategies? What are you doing? Let me know. And also, I'm going to let you know so that way we can see which one works best and we can be on the same page and go from there. Sometimes parents provide essential insight into a child's personality, their likes and dislikes, and how they learn best, right? This will help your child and yourself as educators and caregivers to create the best experience. All right. So, segment number 2, building trust and what? An open communication. One of the first things we need to build is what? I just said it, trust. Why? Parents need to feel that we have their what? Child's best interest at heart. And when we need to trust that, they know their child what? Better than anyone else. It's a two-way street, just like your relationship with your partner. And trust is the foundation of any good relationship. You have to build a trustworthy relationship with your parents. Okay, the next one, creating, we just was talking about it, open communication. So how do you build that trust? One of the most important things is consistency, open communication, whether it's through daily updates, weekly emails, or parent teacher meetings, right? Keeping parents in the loop is key. Okay? But don't just communicate when something is wrong. They don't want to just hear that negative stuff. They want to hear the positive things too. Give them something positive, one or two things positive, and then hit them with the, what the child need to work on. Not nothing that's really negative, but what we should be working with them on, right? Celebrate the wins too. I just said that. Share those moments when their child achieves something amazing, no matter how small it is, right? It's about creating a positive connection. That's the key word of today. The rest of the day, the night, the evening is connection. Okay. Interactive element. Sometimes finding the right way to what? Communicate can feel a little tricky sometimes. Maybe you're more of a phone call person, right? Or perhaps you prefer messages, text messages. Yes, we do have a job phone. They do allow us, communicate to the parents on the phone and text. But we also have this thing called the creative curriculum, teaching strategies, creative curriculum, and there's a, a area in that portal where you can also communicate to the parents. But that's just so jobs, well, they still see you when you communicate through the job phones, because I'm quite sure they're monitoring all that. But they really want us to use that creative curriculum portal, teaching strategies to communicate with the parents. So, what's your go-to method when you're trying to reach out to a parent? What's your strategy when you're trying to connect with the parent? So, I'm gonna share. Well, I'll do that next time. So, I have an engagement question for you guys. Okay, do you ever feel nervous or uncomfortable about approaching a parent about something? For you all out there that deal with parents, that work with kids, deal with parents, what is it? What is uncomfortable about approaching a parent about anything about their child? And it's normal, right? It's normal to be uncomfortable, but we have to still be able to communicate with our parents about whatever it is, okay? Because that's how we're going to make that connection. So I want to know what kind of things you find the hardest to talk about with parents, right? We can also what? Support each other and brainstorm ways to make these conversations smoother. Welcome in to the Informed Voice podcast. All right, segment 3. Strategies for effective parent engagement. Okay. So personalized strategies for parents. So what's that? One great way to engage with parents is being proactive. That's a good word. Proactive. Reach out before there's an issue. Try to find out what's going on, what might have changed in the household. That means sharing what's working well with the child, Start with positives, observations, and then what? You can gradually bring up any challenges. And the key to it is to make the conversation collaborative and not confrontational. Let me say that again. The key is to make the conversation collaborative and not confrontational. Okay? So let's say a child is what? Struggling with transition during the day. Instead of just telling the parent that, you could say, instead of telling the parent that the child is struggling through transition during the day, maybe you can tell them, I've noticed. That's always a good one. I noticed that the child's name does really well with story time, but struggles during transitions. It's always that positive piece and then what you need to work on with the child. All right. And at home, they can have a particular routine or activity that helps them move from one task to another. And us as educators, we supposed to be creating those activities so that the child can have something to align up to at home as well. Okay. Uh, this might turn the conversation into a partnership, okay, rather than pointing out a problem. So I'm going to ask you this. What about you guys out there? Have you had a breakthrough moment with the parent? Something that helped improve the relationship and made things smoother? I love to hear your success stories. Okay, share your success stories with me if you are an educator out there. And like I said, even content creators, parents that just have kids. You don't have to be an educator. If you have young children or children in school, let me know your thoughts. Let's have this open ended conversation. All right, so we got parent involvement activities. Okay, that's another great way to what? Build a relationship by inviting parents to be involved in their child's learning experience. We were just talking about this. It's called family engagement. Coming up with strategies and ways to invite the parent into the classroom, letting them be a part of the lesson plans, let them come into the classroom, read a story to the kids. Maybe they might have an activity that they want to do with their child at home. Maybe they can bring that activity into the classroom, right? Tell me if I'm wrong about it. Let me know. And I just said that host events, workshops, or even small group activities, right? And we do that already. It's called family engagement. Okay? Where parents can see what their child is doing. When parents actively participate in their child's learning process, they feel more connected, and so does the child. What's up, Shanti? How you doing? Welcome to the Informed Voice Podcast. Just giving some educational tips. If you work with children or if you have children that are in school, and it's even for content creators. Thank you for coming through. So another one is engagement prompts. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question to y'all out there. Have you ever organized a parent involvement activity? And if you have, what worked well and what didn't? Let me know your comments down below. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for liking and sharing. Appreciate you, love. Appreciate you. So, segment number 4, and this is our last segment of this topic. Again, to the replay game as well. Thank you for chiming into the podcast, the Informed Voice podcast. Tonight, we're talking about building strong relationship with parents. That is really key. We have to set a strong foundation if you want that classroom to work, and if you want that connection with the child and the parent, you have to really try to not be afraid to talk to parents about whatever the situation is. Okay. So, segment number 4, the last one, handling difficult conversations with parents, facing challenges together. And I know, of course, right? Not all conversations are easy, huh? Sometimes we have to talk about challenges, right? And that can be really tough, right? But here's one thing, it's all about how we approach it. How are you going to approach the situation? You can't come off with an attitude. Bobby is just doing the most in the classroom. He don't sit down for circle time. He don't sit at the table to do, the little uh, academic stuff at the table that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to come at the parent. I notice, Bobby is having a difficult time while we're at circle time, but he do participate in the songs. He does the hand movements. He loves to play peekaboo. It's just a way how you need to know how to approach it, right? And the goal is not to criticize it, but to collaborate on solutions. What are some strategies that we can come up with? Kicking it with the Rook says, right? Delivery is key. Yes, it's not always what you say, it's how you say it. Absolutely. When we approach these tough conversations with empathy and understanding, we show parents that what? We're on their team. Most of the time, we don't know what these parents are dealing with in their household, in their environment. We don't know what those kids dealing with. I work for Head Start, so we kind of assist communities, just say low poverty areas. Head Starts be in majority of the projects. Head Starts be like in neighborhoods like where people really need the help. Head Start is free, but if a parent is working, they might have a little payment they have to pay. But if you're in school or if you're looking for a job, then they work with you. You don't have to pay. You don't have to do none of that. So I have a scenario, right? A situation. So let's say you need to talk to a parent about a child's behavior, right? We're almost done, y'all. A good way to start could be, like I just said, I noticed that Bobby seems to be struggling with what I just said, sitting for circle time lately, right? I know that kids sometimes have difficulty days, but I wanted to touch bases with you to see if you've noticed anything at home, or if there's anything we can do what together to support them. What Shanti say? Right. And this you can also use in everyday life situations. Yes, 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 with your own relationship. Okay, with your kids' relationship. It's even content creators, how to talk to people on the social media, how to come at people. Right. And I like how you added positives. He sings the songs and everything. Yes, you always have to give something positive before, I don't want to say before something negative, just before a situation that we need to work on. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a positive and then what we need to work on. Yes. So I'm asked this last question and I'm gonna let you guys go. How do you handle difficult situations? What's your approach when something tricky comes up? You can let me know now, or you know what I prefer? I prefer y'all to leave me a comment once the live is over. That'll help a sister out. Leave me a comment once the live is over. Tell me give me two to three takeaways you guys got from this live. To my replay gang, if you got this far in the live, give me 2 to 3 takeaways that you got from this live. Okay, I'm going to just recap my final thoughts. So, just to wrap it up, what we were talking about, building relationship with parents takes time and effort, right? But it's so worth it, you guys, to really try to build that trust, that bond. Let that parent know I am really trying to help you, with your child. When we work together with parents, we're setting up our kids for success. Please remember that. It's all about trust, what I just said, communication, and collaboration. All right. I want to hear from y'all. What has worked for you in building trust with parents? Okay. What's been the biggest challenge? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down below. Again, to the replay gang and to my people that's here right now in the live, I appreciate you. Again, welcome to the Informed Voice podcast. Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time on today's topic, which was building strong relationship with parents. And if you want to know a little bit more about this podcast channel, please check out my about section. I love you all. Stay safe. Stay blessed. See you on the next one. Bye.